I won't go into it too much because I'll probably start crying. My mind's a fucking mess, man. And it's just because of finances, and that's literally it. And I'm very honest about that. When are the planners launching? To be honest, I haven't been coping too well. Last week, I actually announced that I'm wrapping up the podcast. Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an amazing day, whatever day you're watching this. So today's video, I thought it's been a long time since I've done a Q&A. And with like the move and all the changes going on in my life, I've had a lot of questions, a lot of burning questions. So if you're here for the tea or the coffee, I am here to spill it. But yes, I've just had a lot of questions lately, especially things to do with the house, why it's unfinished, like how I'm going, how the family's going, all that type of stuff. I just haven't had a chance to answer. So let's get into it. There's a whole bunch of different types of questions, from mental health to the house to my ADHD, like everything. So it's going to be a bit of a mixed bag, pretty much like me. All right, so the first question is, how do you manage your ADHD as a boss? So things like employees and stuff like that. And to be honest, the fact that I now have a bigger team is one of the main reasons I ended up going back to the psychiatrist. If you're new here, I was diagnosed with ADHD as a kid, and that was really rare as a female in the 90s. God, it makes me sound old. So I actually was diagnosed with ADD when I was in kindy, which for us is like the first year of primary school. And my biggest issue was I just could not pay attention. And I've always been really bad with memory, and they always said, my dad was always like, Steph, you're off with the fairies. And I found as I got older and then I started, had a team, I'd have multiple conversations a day and I would just completely forget what we said, what I had said. And I mean like to another level where it's like, if you're a mum and you had baby brain, it's like that on steroids. And it was really starting to affect, not only my work, but my staff's work. So that's why I went and got a re-diagnosis from the psychiatrist, and then I got a psychologist. Anyway, it's a whole thing. I actually did an ADHD podcast. If you guys want to listen, I'll link it below. And yeah, got re-diagnosed with, I've got the combined type. So I've got the ADD, so the inattentiveness, and I've also got the hyperactivity, which more so shows up, I can be quite hypo, but really mentally hyperactive. So I guess to answer your question is, I'm just really aware of my symptoms and things like exercise and journaling, meditation, and knowing when I'm at my best during the day. So for me, I try not to have any meetings after, like if they're really important meetings, I would not do meetings after lunch because I am a potato. And I also like to put all my meetings into one day, which can be a bit hard, but I'd rather just batch it and get it done. And the team are aware. They're aware of my ADHD. When I go on tangents or I forget what they've asked, like it's all good. So I feel like if you're in a workplace or if you're a boss and you struggle with your ADHD, just please be open about it. As you know, it's quite common and no one's going to judge you. It's just better that they know of your condition and your symptoms so they can just understand a bit more. One of the biggest questions was, why have we moved into their house unfinished? And I have answered this on Instagram, but basically because we built the house ourselves, we could get an interim OC. You need an occupancy certificate to like move in, but because Ryan's building it, we could get an interim OC. The main things are finished. Maybe to you guys, it probably looks worse than what it is, but it's mostly just putting cabinetry doors on, putting some lights in, that type of thing. And a lot of people who do build themselves, we move in as soon as you can, because number one, you're not paying rent or another mortgage and you can free up those funds. Number two, we just wanted to get in. We wanted to get in already. And I love seeing the progress every day. Now, as soon as I wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning, we have trades everywhere. The house is a free for all. The goats come in. I don't know. You guys saw, we live near some like farmland and these goats just got into our house. It was like the 4th time it's happened, and I had to chase goats for 2.5 hours, literally running all over. I'll put footage on the screen for you, but they were running everywhere and they were so cute. But I'm like, okay guys, can you like not maybe get on the furniture? So I managed to get in touch with the neighbors and they were like so apologetic. It was all good. Ryan and I are very chill people. It takes a lot to like upset me, and I'm just grateful to be here. So yeah, they came in and they just like separate. There was like 4 and they all just separate, and I was like, oh my God. So I asked the trader that was with me, I was like, can you help me get the goats? It was hilarious. Anyway, to answer your question, it looks like a lot less finished than what it is. And also anyone that's built a house, it feels like it's never truly finished, because you need to stagger it financially. You need to make sure like you've got enough money to do this, that, and the other. So a lot of our areas like the formal lounge and that, and our walk-in wardrobe, they're not going to be done for ages. And it's just because of finances, and that's literally it. And I'm very honest about that. So there was a lot of people asking for my hair color. Now, I never thought I was going to stay this red color for long. I think it was maybe a little while after Dad passed away. And if you remember, I always had blonde hair. I've always kind of had that blondie kind of coloured hair, and I went through a phase where I chopped it really short, and then the trend of like that copper hair came out and I really liked it and I felt like it looked a bit more natural. So I went to my hairdresser, and I don't know what colour you'd call this because there's so many different types of copper hair. There's like strawberry blonde, there's like burgundy, and now they've got cowboy copper. I don't really understand what that is. So I guess we call it as a strawberry blonde, but you got to remember when you ask for your hair to be a certain color, like I could tell you the exact things that my hairdresser uses, but because of my natural hair underneath, it fades a certain way and it's not going to be the same for everyone. That's probably not helpful, but the best tip if you do go copper, because it is hard to keep that red tinge, my hairdresser puts a toner, like a proper toner, in my hair conditioner or a hair mask, and I use that every time I wash my hair, and I leave it in for a few minutes, and it just like gives that vibrancy back. So that's been a game changer. So if you do go like copper or something like this, make sure you get your hairdresser to pop like a toner in for you, or you can actually buy some from like hair stores. Someone asked, how are you feeling with so much going on? To be honest, you guys know I've had like a really, really rough couple of years. You know, lost my family, lost contact with living people in my family, things like that. I've still got my brother Adam, who is like my angel. I won't go into it too much because I'll probably start crying, but to be honest, I haven't been coping too well. And, you know, I guess on the outside you see I'm a successful business, moved into this house, and I'm so happy to be here. Like, I can't tell you, it's actually really helped being here, and I don't even care that it's a mess. I don't care that there's literally boxes and shit everywhere, that there's tradies in and out all day. Like, I'm just grateful to be here, but it's just been, it's a lot for one person, and for me, financially providing for the family. And I am not motivated by money. I'm not someone that, you know, is like, I want to make this much money or that much money. I just want to, the biggest thing that Ryan and I have always been is like, if we could have anything, it's to have a home that our children and we're going to grow old together in, that is just going to create so many memories. So we're happy to, you know, invest in something like this. But yeah, like the cost of the house just completely, you know, Ryan quoted the cost of the house before COVID. And this is, by the way, not me whinging, it's just me being honest. And it doubled. Like the cost of timber has doubled since COVID. Yeah, like it's just one of those things. So I've always worked my ass off, but for me to be able to get us here and keep my business afloat and everything, I had to overhaul my business. So I guess to answer your question, my health has really gone on the back burner for a while, and health has always been really important to me. That's why after Planner Week, when you're watching this, our planners, actually our first reveal for the first planner is tonight at 7:30, and the planners are next level. But after like our Planner Week, which is so intense for me and for everyone, but there's a lot of work to be done. I'm going to be just getting back into my health. I'm going to set up the gym properly downstairs. I'm just going to be focusing on my health. I've got a naturopath on board, and I'm going to share that journey with you guys. I'm thinking of calling it like Getting Unstuck Together or something like that. You know, my sleep's been shit, my eating's been shit. Yeah, but I just want to be honest. Like, I keep moving this because this lighting's annoying me. But yeah, it's one of those things. Haven't been going fantastic, but I am working on it, seeing a psychologist. And I'm just really excited to, once I get like the planner, all the work done for the planners, still gonna be a busy lady, but you know, I'm just gonna really focus on me. And that's why, if you do listen to my podcast on Monday, last week I actually announced that I'm wrapping up the podcast for a while, because anything that I could maybe drop, even though I love it all, this is where all of us need to remember that you can't be everything to everyone all the time. So I had to really evaluate and think long and hard about what could I drop, what can I keep, and things like that, that isn't going to affect the family financially and the business financially. So very sad about that, but I will be back. Stepping Up will be back, bigger and better than ever, but I need to take a minute. Speaking of planners, someone asked, when are the planners launching? So make sure, again, every night this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week, so 16th, 17th, 18th of September, every night I'm revealing each planner collection. I have fully just tipped SPP on its head, like actually insane. And if you guys know, launch night, our planners sell out. So if you do want to make sure you get the planners, like these are next level. I've really integrated all that goal setting I did for you guys to the 2024 roadmap. I've done all of my like real prep to help your brain figure out your priorities, because it feels like everything's important all the time, and I really make you feel like I'm holding your hand through the process. And this is why, again, my planners are just so popular, is because I have ADHD and my mind's a fucking mess, man. So I'm like, I need a planner that can sort me out, sort my brain out. And that's why I made them. And I could never find a planner that could help me. So I guess to answer your question, reveals are this week, launch night to actually buy planner on pre-sale for 2025 is the 20th, so that's Friday. It's at 7 p.m, but if you're on the wait list, you get 30-minute head start, which I do recommend doing. Oh, someone just said, I'm dying, I need a jumper, please restock them. So I brought out finally my own merch, these beautiful jumpers. So it's got the little reminder on the sleeve, and then it says 1 day at a time. And yeah, they sold out in 11 minutes. I had not much stock at all, but I am gonna be bringing them back. It's the first time I've done like clothing, so it's a whole new thing for me. So they will be back. I'll give you a wait list for the jumpers as well. But this is actually written by Katie. So she's my head of design and she does calligraphy and I'm obsessed with her writing. So I got her to write my favorite quote. And it's in this beautiful, like really soft butter yellow. And I love this jumper, it is the cutest. I'll quickly show you. So yes, if you want one of these really cute jumpers, make sure you're on the wait list. As soon as I come back, you'll be notified. Fun fact, the day I'm recording this, it is actually Ryan and my 10-year wedding anniversary today. How wild. Like, how fast did that go? Someone said, will you do a full house tour when everything is finished? Yes, so we are still filming the Pace House series. So I've got videographers and everything. We've been filming since the start, which was like over 2.5 years ago, making it into a full series. So you'll see it like each episode will drop on YouTube. I'm probably gonna do it in 2 seasons. So like a season 1, season 2, because again, it's just taking a bit of time and then you can see me fully decorate everything properly from like start to finish in like zones and rooms. So it's gonna be like a proper show, which is gonna be very exciting. Someone asked, what is my ethnicity? I am just Australian. Not very interesting. I have like Irish, Scottish, bit of Maori in there apparently. But yeah, I'm pretty much just Australian. Ryan's actually half Italian. His dad was born in Italy. His dad's name is actually Attilio Luigi Parze. So our last name is actually pronounced Parze. Can you imagine? Stephanie Parze? Doesn't work. It just doesn't suit the Bogan vibes here. So I'm Aussie. Ryan's half Italian. The girls are technically quarter Italian. The only time you would even know Ryan, even Ryan's dad, he calls himself Tom. He comes across so Aussie because they're from the side of Italy where they're quite fair. But the only time you know Ryan is Italian is when either his dad speaks Italian or when you see Nonna. Love Nonna. So that's Ryan's dad's mum. And yeah, she's the most beautiful. Like, she's just typical beautiful Italian lady, just like hugs you and makes you all this food, and she's beautiful. Okay, last question before I head off because I've got so much to do. Someone asked, have you been able to keep a routine since moving in? And that is a no, really. Again, it's just the season I'm in. And I think what people need to realize, and I actually posted this on Instagram the other day, is when you're getting hard on yourself for maybe not getting 8K steps a day or maybe not going to the gym a certain amount of times a week or whatever your goals are, have a little think about what's going on. And I'm all for not making excuses because I know I can call myself out of my own bullshit. I know when I'm full of shit, I'm making excuses, but I do also genuinely know when I'm in a really hard season. You need to realize you're not going backwards, you're going forward with what you've been given in the season that you're in. Our daily life is it's not like a normal linear thing. It's like this. It's just, so to answer your question, no. And again, I'm really excited to kind of start a whole new series of getting unstuck together, set the gym up, get my health in order, because it's for the first time in like probably 12 years, I haven't been working out, and that is not normal for me at all. And even when Dad and Nan passed away, I had a couple of days off and I was back in the gym, because for me, when I started working out, it was early 20s and I lost like 25 kilos, and that's a whole other story. I started working out for my body, but now I work out for my brain. Because the best thing you can honestly do for anxiety, ADHD, just even being a mum or a human in this world, is exercise. And it doesn't have to be a HIIT session. Like, I don't do HIIT sessions, I don't run, I just literally do weights and walk, and that is it. And I'm someone that really thrives on routine, so I'm really craving that. And the planner that I've made next year, one of those planners is going to be perfect for me. That's all I'm going to say. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. It was good to catch up. Please make sure, you're on the wait list for our 2025 planners. Make sure you're following me on Instagram and TikTok and stuff for extra life updates in between. But I love you, and I'll talk to you on Monday. Bye.